Hello friends, welcome to Easy Science for All. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss Ohm's law. Mr. George Simon Ohm was a German physicist. In 1827, he claimed that a relationship exists between potential difference across a conductor and the current flowing through it. Now, that conductor can be a copper wire, it can be a nichrome wire, it can be a aluminum wire, or it can be some other conducting wire. He found the relation between potential difference V and current I with the help of following activity. In this activity, a metallic wire with endpoints A and B has been connected in an electric circuit. In this circuit, the ammeter A will be used to measure the current that is going to flow through AB wire, whereas the voltmeter V will be used to measure the potential difference between the endpoints A and B of the wire. As you can see from the table, we would be considering 4 different cases in this activity. In the first case, we kept the temperature of the wire at 30 degrees Celsius, as you can see from the table, and we used a battery of 4 volt over here. So as soon as we did that, this voltmeter started showing a reading of 4 volt, whereas this ammeter started showing a reading of 1 ampere. And if we find the ratio between V and I, it comes out to be 4 in this case. In the second case, the 4 volt battery was replaced by a 8 volt battery, and as soon as we did that, again the voltmeter reading also changed. The voltmeter reading that it is giving across the two ends of the wire, so it changed to 8 volt, and the ammeter reading also changed to 2 ampere. So when we found the ratio between 8 volt and 2 ampere, again it came out to be 4. In the second case also, we have kept the wire temperature at 30 degrees Celsius. In the third case, again we replaced the 8 volt battery with the 12 volt battery, and as soon as we did that, this voltmeter again showed us a reading of 12 volt across the ends of this wire AB, and also the ammeter reading changed to 3 ampere. Now if again we find out the ratio between voltmeter reading and ammeter reading, it comes out to be 4 volt. Not to mention over here that again we are keeping the temperature of the wire constant over here. So in all these cases, you can see that if the temperature of the wire was kept constant and the wire was of the same thickness and length in each case and of the same material in each case, then the ratio that we are getting over here, they are the same. In the fourth case, you can see over here that we have changed the temperature to 40 degrees Celsius, and the voltage of the battery is still 12 volt. But as soon as we did these changes, what was found was that the reading of ammeter again changed, and from 3 ampere it came down to 2 ampere. So if I found the ratio in this case between V and I, so it comes out to be 6. So you can see that the ratio has changed. Once I change the temperature, the ratio changed. But likewise, if I change the wire, instead of AB, if I take some other length wire or the wire of some other material, then this ratio is going to change. So these were all observations that were made by Mr. George Simon Ohm while performing this activity. Also, Mr. George Simon Ohm said that this constant number which we are getting in the form of ratio, from now onwards we will be calling it resistance of wire AB. Why? Because we are performing the experiment with this wire AB. If we would have taken any other wire, then we would have called this ratio as the resistance of that wire. Also, he said that we will be denoting this resistance by capital R, and we will be measuring it in the units that is known as ohm, that is the symbol ohm. So, on the basis of this activity, Mr. George Simon Ohm gave following law, which is also known as Ohm's law. This law says that in an electric circuit, the potential difference across the ends of a given metallic wire. Now you can see over here that I have highlighted this word given, which means that I am talking about a particular wire. Okay, so in an electric circuit, the potential difference across the ends of a given metallic wire is directly proportional to the current flowing through that metallic wire, and this can be stated mathematically like this, that V is directly proportional to I, where V is the potential difference across the metallic wire and I is the current flowing through that metallic wire. Mathematically, Ohm's law can be stated in the following manner. Just you saw that we were finding the ratio of V and I, and we saw that for a particular wire it is always a constant number. We were getting some constant number. So as I told you earlier that this number, we are going to call this number as resistance of the given wire. So if it is a copper wire, we will be calling it resistance of the copper wire. If it is a silver wire, we are going to call it a resistance of the silver wire, and we will denote this resistance by capital R, and its SI unit will be ohm, as I told you earlier. So instead of this constant number, what I have done, I have replaced this constant number by the symbol R, because we are going to denote it by symbol R, and as a result I arrive at a formula or a equation which says that V is equal to IR. So this is the mathematical expression for Ohm's law. Now to make things more clear to you, I have taken here two examples. In first example, there is a schematic diagram consisting of nichrome wire. So you can see that I have connected that nichrome wire with a 20 volt battery, and as a result a current of 2 ampere is flowing through it. So if I find the ratio between V and I, so it comes out to be number 10, and as per the Ohm's law, this constant number will be called as resistance of the nichrome wire. If you recall, I used the word given wire, so in this case given wire is the nichrome wire. Whereas if I look at the second schematic diagram over here, so instead of a nichrome wire I have used a copper wire, and again if I connect it with the same voltage battery, so you will find that instead of 2 ampere, the amount of current flowing is 5 ampere in this case, and if I find the value of V upon I, it comes out to be 4. So in this case this 4 ohm will be called the resistance of the copper wire. Okay, so it depends on material to material that the resistance of different material will be different. Finally, if I plot the values that I have noted down in the previous slide in a table, so if I plot those values of V and I in the form of a graph, I get this kind of linear graph. So this linear graph between V and I indicates that the potential difference across a wire, if it increases, then the I that is flowing through the wire, that is the current that is flowing through the wire, it is also going to increase linearly, that is by the same amount. Thank you.